Yeah, first of all, I just wanted to say I thank you as a church for everything you guys done for me, because I know every second I was in that hospital, Uncle Chris was here giving you guys little updates and everything, and you guys were praying for me, and that just made all the difference. It made my heart glad that I had people backing me up, and I had this church, its friends and family, and everybody just behind me and what I was going through. And so I really appreciate you guys, and thank you guys for that. Me and my whole family thanks you, because that's made all the difference. And I want you guys to know that when I was in that hospital, like I met God in a way that I've never met Him before. Like I know for a fact that God's real. I mean, who in here knows that God is real? That God provides. Yeah, and I was able to see that firsthand, that God provided day by day what I needed. And I just want to share with you guys my first little experience was whenever, as Mom said, in the first accident, I jumped off about a 10-foot roof with a good dive, and I hit the cement, and I blacked out, and I went in the pool. And as she said, my parents came and picked me up with a broken neck, and that was just a sign to me. Like at the time, I didn't realize it was that big of a deal, but looking back, I could see that God was even there before anybody started praying for me. Like before anybody knew what was going on, God was already there, and His hand was already around me and making sure that everything was okay. So that was just amazing to me to see God move before that. And whenever my parents put me out of the pool and I kind of came to, and I knew something was wrong. Like I was looking at my friend, his name is Jesse, awesome guy by the way. And so I'm looking at him and I was like, what's wrong? And he tells me, okay, you kind of hit your head, but you're fine. And I didn't ask many questions. I guess I was still a little traumatized. And I was like, okay, man, I'm cool. It's okay. And then, like, out of the corner of my eye, I didn't move anything because I really couldn't, but I didn't realize I could. I didn't even try. And I see the corner of my eye, my friend that I play soccer with, he's calling 911. And I was like, oh man, something happened. So that's kind of it kind of started coming to me that something really was wrong. So then the ambulance comes in there, and I get in the ambulance, and then they're kind of telling me what happened. Or, okay, you broke this, and you got your head busted open, and we're taking care of that. And then we're like, can you move your legs? And then that's when I actually tried. I looked down at my legs, and I could see them, and I was just trying so hard. I was really trying to move my legs, and that's when I panicked. I was like, oh my gosh, this is serious. Like something's really, because I always thought that, I do crazy stuff all the time, but nothing's going to happen to me. I'm always going to be okay. God's going to save me from this, whatever. But then, the moment I was in, I was just going crazy. Because I had to get an ambulance ride from where I was at to a hospital in Burgo, and also get a helicopter ride to New Hanover. And that ambulance ride was just the worst. That's when I lost it. But I couldn't move, and thoughts were going through my head. No more soccer, no more sports, no more traveling with my family. Everything's going to depend on somebody else, not me. And then I was losing it. And I knew that and I even had thoughts in my head man, this really might be the end. I thought I had so much more to go for me, and this is really done. And I just panicked, and then it seemed like everything was going through my mind, and everything was rushing, everything was coming so fast. And then all of a sudden it stopped. And I thought to myself, I was like, man, what am I going to do? And I was just like, I might as well pray. If you guys don't know, my whole family, I've grown up in the church, I've known the church. And I've kind of known that, but I've never really used God in a practical way. And that's not really something that I've actually used like I should. But at that moment, I just prayed, and I was just like, it was looking back, it was kind of stupid how it sounded like. I was just like, God, you're going to have to do something, because if you don't, I'm done. And that's just all I said. I didn't know what else to do. I was just like, God, if you don't do something, I'm done. And then I remember I guess I don't know if I was really saying out loud or mumbling, but I had one of the guys that was fixing me, it kind of gave me a funny look. But I was like, whatever, I'm praying. So then I just got that done, and man, I tell you what, God, that's when God first met me that I realized I was just a feeling of peace came over me. That was just amazing. After I knew everything that was going on, I knew I couldn't move. But I was so happy for some reason. Nothing was going wrong. Everything was good. I was thinking about it, and all the thoughts of not walking, not doing anything. I just had a feeling everything is going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine. And then from then on, as long as I can remember, I had the peace of God come over me, and it was just amazing. That was the first real encounter I had with God. And then I go on a helicopter ride, and like we get to the hospital, and I kind of started thinking about my parents. I was like, oh man, what are my parents doing right now? And then they're pulling me through the hospital. I'll never forget, Dad runs through the door, or busts open the door. He says, Daniel, we're here for you. And then that was just the greatest feeling there. I don't know if you guys that are parents know that how much you love your kids. And that's just the best feeling ever, knowing that your parents are there. And it was just really good. But yeah, as Mom was saying, the time in ICU was really hard because I was under a lot of medication and I was just dependent on everybody else, just kind of. But whenever I was in there, I didn't know what the doctors said. Like every time they came to speak with my parents, it was always outside the room. And what they were saying that like I couldn't walk and everything, I didn't really know it at the time. I didn't have the courage to ask Dad really until a long time afterwards. But I still had a feeling. I still hold on to the word that I felt from the first night, and it was just that it's going to be okay. And that's really all I held on to. And man, that just made me. I don't even know how to explain it. It was so awesome. It was so real to me that it was just that God was there, and I knew He was. That like in a way I've never felt before, and that it was going to be okay. And then the next few days, like I like to say that was really easy and everything was okay, but it was, but only because I chose to believe every day, every morning I woke up, every time I was awake, that I chose to believe that God was there and He was going to take care of me. And that's why everything was made so easy, because of what I chose to believe. Because God can do as much as He wants to for me, but if I don't